Article 517 of the National Electrical Code addresses the general construction requirements for healthcare occupancies. Section 517.10b clarifies the scope by stating that Part Roman II shall not apply to specific locations, including dental offices. This means the general construction requirements for healthcare facilities detailed in Part Roman II of Article 517 do not govern dental offices. It's important to understand the implications of this exemption. While dental offices are not subject to the specific requirements of Part Roman II, they are still subject to other applicable built-in codes, electrical codes, and local regulations. The reason for this exemption is based on a risk assessment. Dental offices are generally considered to present a lower risk profile compared to other healthcare facilities such as hospitals or nursing homes. Typically, dental offices do not involve overnight stays for patients. Secondly, the level of medical equipment and supplies is lower than in other healthcare settings. Thirdly, the procedures performed are generally less invasive and have a lower potential for creating hazardous conditions. Because of these factors, the stringent requirements for fire protection, emergency power, and other safety measures found in Part Roman II of Article 517 are not deemed necessary for dental offices. The National Electrical Code sets minimum safety standards for electrical installations. It is imperative that electrical work in dental offices adhere to the applicable sections of the code, ensuring the safety of patients, staff, and the public. Firstly, branch circuits need to be properly sized for the loads they will serve, considering both lighting and equipment. Secondly, wiring methods must comply with the requirements of Chapter 3 of the National Electrical Code, addressing issues such as cable types, conduit, and support. Thirdly, grounding and bonding are crucial for minimizing the risk of electrical shock. The equipment grounding conductor must be properly sized and connected to all metal enclosures and equipment. Fourthly, overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, must be installed to protect branch circuits and equipment from overloads and short circuits. These devices must be of the correct type and rating for the application. Fifthly, receptacles must be of the appropriate type and rating for the location. In areas where wet conditions are present, ground fault circuit interrupter protection may be required. Sixthly, lighting must be designed and installed to provide adequate illumination for the tasks performed in the dental office. Emergency lighting may be required to ensure safe egress in the event of a power outage. Dental equipment must be properly connected to the electrical system following the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable codes. This includes ensuring proper grounding, overcurrent protection, and disconnecting means. The local authority having jurisdiction has the responsibility for enforcing the National Electrical Code and other applicable codes. Electrical inspections are typically required to ensure that electrical work complies with these regulations. Failure to comply with electrical codes can result in fines, penalties, and even the shutdown of the dental office. Understanding the specific requirements for dental offices can be challenging, especially given the complexities of the National Electrical Code. Consulting with a qualified electrical contractor is highly recommended. An experienced electrical contractor can provide guidance on code compliance, design an appropriate electrical system, and perform the electrical work safely and efficiently. They can also help navigate the permitting and inspection process, ensuring that the dental office meets all applicable regulations. Remember that while dental offices are exempt from Part Roman II of Article 517, they are not exempt from all electrical codes. A thorough understanding of the National Electrical Code and other applicable regulations is essential for ensuring the safety and compliance of the electrical system in a dental office. Local regulations may impose additional requirements beyond those found in the National Electrical Code. It is essential to check with the local authority having jurisdiction to determine if there are any specific requirements that apply to dental offices in the area. Changes to the National Electrical Code are made every 3 years. It is important to stay up to date on the latest code requirements to ensure compliance. The National Fire Protection Association offers training courses and resources to help electrical professionals stay informed about code changes. Firstly, ensure proper separation of power and data cables to minimize electromagnetic interference. Secondly, use appropriate surge protection devices to protect sensitive electronic equipment from voltage spikes. Thirdly, install a properly sized and maintained generator to provide backup power in the event of a power outage. Fourthly, use energy-efficient lighting and equipment to reduce energy consumption and lower operating costs. Fifthly, regularly inspect the electrical system to identify and correct any potential problems. Sixthly, maintain accurate records of all electrical work performed in the dental office. Seventhly, provide training to staff on electrical safety procedures. In addition to the general requirements, the National Electrical Code also contains specific requirements for certain types of equipment and installations that may be found in dental offices. Firstly, X-ray equipment must be installed in accordance with Article 660 of the National Electrical Code. Secondly, special requirements apply to electrical equipment used in hazardous locations, such as areas where flammable anesthetics are used. Thirdly, emergency lighting systems must comply with Article 700 of the National Electrical Code. Fourthly, fire alarm systems must comply with Article 760 of the National Electrical Code. Fifthly, information technology equipment must comply with Article 645 of the National Electrical Code. Grounding is a critical aspect of electrical safety, especially in healthcare facilities. The purpose of grounding is to provide a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, which helps to trip over current protection devices and prevent electrical shock. The National Electrical Code requires that all metal enclosures and equipment be properly grounded. This includes electrical panels, junction boxes, conduit, and equipment housings. The grounding conductor must be sized according to Table 250.122 of the National Electrical Code, based on the size of the overcurrent protection device. In addition to equipment grounding, the National Electrical Code also requires that the electrical system be bonded. Bonding is the process of connecting all metal parts of the electrical system together to create a common ground potential. This helps to minimize voltage differences between different parts of the system, which can reduce the risk of electrical shock. The bonding conductor must be sized according to Table 250.102 of the National Electrical Code. Receptacles are an essential part of the electrical system in any dental office. The National Electrical Code requires that all receptacles be of the grounding type, which means that they have a third prong for connecting to the equipment grounding conductor. In areas where wet conditions are present, such as near sinks or sterilizers, ground fault circuit interrupter protection is required for receptacles. A ground fault circuit interrupter is a device that detects small amounts of current leakage to ground and trips the circuit, preventing electrical shock. Receptacles should be regularly inspected to ensure that they are in good condition and that the grounding connection is intact. Lighting is another important aspect of the electrical system in a dental office. Adequate lighting is essential for performing dental procedures safely and effectively. The National Electrical Code requires that lighting be designed and installed to provide the appropriate level of illumination for the tasks being performed. Emergency lighting is also required to ensure safe egress in the event of a power outage. Emergency lighting systems must be designed to provide adequate illumination for a minimum of 90 minutes. The electrical system in a dental office is a complex and critical component of the facility. Proper design, installation, and maintenance of the electrical system are essential for ensuring the safety of patients, staff, and the public. Consulting with a qualified electrical contractor is highly recommended to ensure that the electrical system complies with all applicable codes and regulations. Firstly, ensure all wiring is properly insulated to prevent shorts and ground faults. Secondly, use appropriately rated connectors and terminals to ensure secure and reliable connections. Thirdly, protect wiring from physical damage by using conduit or other protective measures. Fourthly, avoid overloading circuits by distributing loads evenly across different circuits. Fifthly, regularly test ground fault circuit interrupters to ensure they are functioning properly. Sixthly, replace any damaged or worn electrical components promptly. Seventhly, keep electrical panels and equipment areas clean and free of obstructions. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of rules and regulations governing electrical installations. It is essential for electrical professionals to stay up to date on the latest code requirements to ensure the safety and compliance of electrical systems. Continuing education courses, industry publications, and professional organizations are valuable resources for staying informed about code changes and best practices. The National Electrical Code is not a static document. It is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and industry practices. It is important to use the latest edition of the National Electrical Code when designing and installing electrical systems. The authority having jurisdiction is responsible for enforcing the National Electrical Code in a particular area. The authority having jurisdiction may be a local, state, or federal agency. It is important to check with the authority having jurisdiction to determine the specific electrical code requirements for a particular location. Firstly, document all electrical work performed in the dental office, including wiring diagrams, equipment specifications, and test results. Secondly, maintain a record of all electrical inspections and any corrective actions taken. Thirdly, provide training to staff on electrical safety procedures and emergency response protocols. Fourthly, regularly review and update the electrical safety plan for the dental office. Fifthly, conduct periodic audits of the electrical system to identify and address any potential hazards. Sixthly, establish a system for reporting and investigating electrical incidents or near misses. Seventhly, promote a culture of electrical safety within the dental office. Understanding and adhering to electrical codes is paramount for the safety and proper functioning of a dental office. Ignoring these regulations can lead to hazardous situations, potential injuries, and legal repercussions. By staying informed, seeking expert guidance, and prioritizing electrical safety, dental offices can create a safe and compliant environment for both staff and patients. Remember to always consult with qualified professionals for specific electrical needs and to ensure adherence to local and national electrical codes. The information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice.